One. All right. So we are here today, another with another one of these things. Are we still sticking with BTM? I still think that's a dumbass name, but like, Are we still sticking with BTM or?
I think BTM works. I'm just more happy that we got rid of that echo.
Oh,
I
for
apologize to the people that actually watched the first video.
he's can he don't give two damn shits, bro.
Yeah, I don't have to listen to our own video. They do, so I don't give a
Bro.
shit.
Screw the people. It's all about my needs.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, we are going to be discussing about Endgame, and I've seen this movie like probably two, three times. I would say two and a half times because I've seen it the first two times, so it's like seen half the movie, and then the rest I just wanted to go take a dump and stuff like that because I know what's going on.
Priorities, man.
But the reason why I saw it that many times is because I was watching it with friends and stuff like that that wanted to see it with me. Like, how many times have you seen
Yeah.
it?
I saw it 3 times. I saw it the night before it came out. Well, the pre-showing, and then I went the day it came out, and then a week later. But
Mm-hmm.
it kind of worked out because when I rewatched it, I could get the popcorn refills for my friends because I'm like, bro, I have never seen this, so I don't care. So it worked out. But yeah, I saw it 3 times. But the good thing with this one is, yeah, it was long, but honestly, there was so much going on, and we'll get more into that. But that I didn't feel like bored. Like each time I was like, yeah, I'll see it again.
Yeah, dude.
So
The first time I saw it with my mother and father, and like who else could say that they've seen the Avengers like this entire series, and then like you see this movie and you see it with your parents. How often do you hear that?
yeah, that's pretty cool, honestly.
Yeah, dude. And we saw it the day of, and it's like we were super surprised that we actually got like the last three tickets.
Yeah. So you were able to get in.
Bro, oh my god. Granted, yeah, people were dicks because like it's the like you say like one thing is be like, dude, shut the fuck up, man. And it's like, how about you just sucked my left nut, bitch? I mean, like we trying to enjoy the movie. We said one tiny little thing, and then next thing you know, you're gonna be a dick.
Yeah.
But no,
But no, I enjoyed it every time. It was a long time coming for sure. And what was it? The weeks before, I was watching all the movies that like I didn't watch or haven't seen in a while because there was a few that I had skipped that it's not like they were you needed to see them, but it was like you might as well watch all of them beforehand, because it's the end of the giant. I guess I don't think arc is a appropriate word, more like epic or you know
yeah, dude. No, I agree with you,
extension.
bro. Just keep in mind that this movie series, the MCU, has been going around for like 12 years, and then it brings us to this final movie, man.
Yeah,
It's like
like
keep
it
that in
was a
mind.
lot.
Keep that in mind. 12 years this has been going on about. The first one being Iron Man.
Yeah.
Which,
Well, and the thing is, just to think how like ambitious this is, because no movie series has ever done anything like this. Like, because there's no way that you would know if your movies would even make it this far, because you might not make the money back. Like, it's such a big gamble. Like, one movie is a gamble, let alone how many 22 movies or however
bro.
many. Like, that's such a gamble. Like, it's a huge like just even people who aren't into like comics and things can like appreciate like that's insane. Like no movie has ever been this interconnected in this epic of everything mixing together into one thing. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
it's pretty revolutionary. Whether you like the source material or not, it's pretty awesome.
For sure. I 100% agree there. Oh,
And
yeah,
and I
but
think Marvel and the comics were the best reason to do it. Because it's such a big universe. So.
dude, yeah, and especially since there's actually character and development in regards to these
Oh yeah.
characters, especially in comparison to DC, which, ugh, Christ. We'll talk about DC in another
Yeah.
podcast if you
We'll
guys are
keep
interested.
that. Yeah, I have plenty to say about that. We'll keep that for another
Yeah,
podcast. But
exactly. But
yeah,
yeah,
for this one, it's specifically Endgame.
hell yeah. Oh yeah. By the way, guys, I'll probably like we probably gonna be doing this like each time, so like I'll probably put like a if you want to just skip to where we start talking about the movie, I'll put a time link in the video, in the
There you
description.
go.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I don't have to hear us talk about bullshit.
Oh, oh God, yeah. But yeah, yeah, dude. Like I love these movies, bro. Like oh my God. Like no, here's the thing, nobody would expect Iron Man, like the very first movie of this entire series to be so good. I mean, oh wait, before I get into that, like let me say this: Robert Downey Jr. Like y'all have to keep in mind, like this man was like blacklisted from from like Hollywood, like doing any movies because of his addiction and to alcohol and I think drugs too. But like
Yeah, he was on a few heavy stuff.
yeah, but like it was because of a friend of his that that put like a huge recommendation in regards to Iron Man. He think that he would fit the bill perfectly, and it's like, well, like when they actually mention that, it's like when you look back at the comics and then you look at Robert Downey Jr. It's like, wow, that he is actually the perfect representation. Like yeah, when you add the goatee, the facial structure and expressions he does is like, yeah, Robert Downey Jr. is Iron Man from the comics. Like
Yeah.
holy crap, it's like Hugh Jackman with Wolverine and Deadpool with Ryan Reynolds.
Right. Yeah. And
Yeah,
I think it goes further than how he looks, but also like his mannerisms and just how he like holds himself, you know what I mean? Like he has a very like that prideful, you know, unmoving kind of, perspective that he has. I think he just portrays it so well, because that's what Iron Man is. He's really like not egocentric. Well, I mean, he can be, but like he's smart and he knows he's smart and he can be a bit of a smart ass, but I think
well,
that's what a
yeah,
lot of people like about him, But I think he plays that so well because I couldn't imagine anyone else being that. And I know, quite a decent amount of actors. Like, I don't know anyone who I would pick, you know. I know that's easy to
especially.
say now. I know it's
Mm-hmm.
easy to say now, but still, like,
Exactly, no, dude. And it's rare when you come across characters or actors that you can
yeah.
that you can say that.
And not even just Robert Downey Jr., but there's such a clash of so many great actors in this movie, and like all the movies, like whether or not the script was good, like in depending on the movie, but the
Right.
actors themselves, I thought all did excellent,
Agreed.
definitely excellent. Just from a objective standpoint, like nothing to do with the actual stories, the acting. Well, personally, I'm not an actor or anything, but I know bad when I see it for sure. But I thought everyone bounced off each other really well. And what I heard is the Russo brothers, which are the directors, I heard they were really took into consideration everyone's thoughts and everyone's opinions
Mm-hmm.
of how they think they would contribute to their character because they know more about the character than anybody else. And I think it was really important for the directors to really take that into consideration because a lot of them are like, oh no, it has to be this way. So it was really a collaborative effort on everybody's part, and there's so much
Mm-hmm.
talent in one room. Like I saw Chris Pratt made like a video just showing everyone together and just realizing how many thousands of hours of like
Yeah.
experience that these people have and how much talent is all just in one room in one move for one movie. Like it's crazy to think about.
Yeah, dude. It's like like here's the thing. I do post production and stuff like that for films and stuff like that, and it's like for this one project, it was like throughout the entire semester. Like we had to do like a scene or something like that. It was like a fight scene and stuff like that, and like we had to do like all we had to like get all the the clips, all the we have to do the scene, do some directing and stuff like that, and make sure all the angles are good and stuff like that. And like that
Yeah,
was like we thought that was gonna be the time consuming part, but like no, it's like the time consuming part was like the post production in regards to
Yeah.
the foley, the sound effects and stuff like that, and it's like
Yeah,
you,
it's
you
all the little things you don't think about that sound natural, but when they're not there, like are like, wait a sec, you know?
mm-hmm.
It's that's why I really think Foley artists especially really need to get attention because they don't. They're kind of like the unsung heroes because like
Basically.
they basically make it sound natural, and you wouldn't believe how hard it is to make something seem natural. It
Mm-hmm.
is extremely hard,
And
and
keep
it's
that.
like
Mm-hmm.
the moment that it's not, you notice because we're so used to it in everyday life. So it,
And
it's
keep
crazy. It
yeah, and
really
keep
is.
that in mind in regards to making the sound effects for these movies. It's like a mix of like sci-fi, action, and all, and like everything. And it's and like just doing 3 to 4 minutes, no 5 minutes. I did something for 5 minutes, and that took me like 3 weeks. Keep that in mind. 3 weeks to finish.
Yeah,
Um,
it's
keep that in mind when it comes to stuff like this, bro. It takes years, and there are times where like someone where Foley artist finishes a scene, and then I don't know where the directors were like, oh wait, we might have to like change the scene, and then
yeah, and then
like
they don't use it. All that work for nothing. Yeah,
exactly. So yeah.
it's. I find it really interesting. I watch a lot of documentaries about Foley artists and just all the little things you just never think about. You know.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, let's
So
get into the movie. We're a bit of a tangent. Yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah,
the movie starts off with the with like Hawkeye just chilling with his family, right? Just playing catch
yeah.
and stuff like that.
That was cold blooded. I'm not gonna lie, because
Bro,
like the moment the movie starts and you see that, you're like, oh fuck you. Like you know what they're doing. Like
like oh,
it's cold blooded.
yeah, because like it's one of those. It's because like when it comes to, because I feel like people sometimes miss this. It's in regards to like, yeah, when it comes to like a scene or something like that in a movie and stuff like that, it's like, it's super nice, super chill. It's like super, nonchalant. It's like, yeah, something's about to happen.
Yeah, because and the thing is, it really, I never really fully connected with Hawkeye a lot. Like, not that he's a bad character, I just never did. But like when you see characters like in their mundane lives and things, it kind of makes you like empathize more with them more, And like that scene really affected me more than I thought it would. Like even though I knew what was gonna happen, it was just seeing him with his family. Like it's just you're just like, damn,
Yeah.
like it really makes it hit home because when you think about half the universe was snapped, you're like, okay, that's just a number. But when those numbers have personalities and faces and relationships like that,
Mm-hmm.
it just totally changes it. It makes it feel, so I think that really helped make it feel closer to home.
Exactly.
For sure.
If people like Justin Bieber, Christian Stewart, and stuff like that were to be, and shows the scenes where they disappeared to me, like yeah, we can give two shits about that because but no, yeah, but no, yeah, but like when it comes to but yeah, when it comes to move like scenes like exactly like with Hawkeye and stuff like that, and it's like it's like even he's based like how he's portrayed in the movies and stuff like that. It's like he's obviously different from from the comic books because he's actually 3 times stronger than he is in the movie comparison to the
Yeah,
in the
but I kind of
comics in
like
comparison
that.
to the movie. But I like the fact that they potted him down though
Yeah,
because
I do too because it makes him more realistic. Like he's just a guy who's just really good at shooting a bow. Like there's something nice about that when he's around like gods and like interdimensional being or not dimensional, but intergalactic beings and stuff.
yeah.
Like it just feels, it's cool. Like Black Widow, it just I like the contrast,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Yeah, straight up, bro. Like in regards, yeah, like but then like you see like him with his family. It's like yeah, he took some time away from his family to take care of like what was the second Avengers movie Ultron to take care of Ultron, but then like after that, he just went full
Yeah,
time to, just
yeah,
spending time with
because
his family, and
when
and then like you
it
see at
was
the beginning of
someone
this movie, it's like they just disappear. He's there. He's there. Like, but his family is just gone, and that's just heart wrenching.
yeah,
His
it was
daughters,
it
his
was
wife, just gone.
it was him and Ant-Man got house arrest. And
Yeah.
you see that in Ant-Man 2, like him in his house arrest, and then this one, kind of that's why he was gone. But it was cool because in Infinity War, I was like, well, where the heck is Ant-Man and where the heck is, Hawkeye? Like you would
Hawkeye.
think
Yeah.
you might as well just have everybody, but I guess I'm okay with that, and it made it more epic seeing them come back and kind of, and they made like later on in the movie an arc of like his downfall, where he went to Japan fighting off some dude with a sword,
Yeah.
he turned into like a Ronin or something.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it made Hawkeye a bit more interesting, and I'm glad he got more attention because he didn't really get much attention in the other ones.
Agreed.
So I thought that was good.
But yeah.
And and I also
Mm-hmm.
getting past that, I liked how they showed the after effects of the snap, coming after that, because when you
Yeah.
think about that, how much that would affect not only the world but like the whole universe, like that's a traumatic event for like and everybody. So I think like they didn't give like full attention to it because it would take away from the movie, but they gave enough to be like, all right, this is a really big thing and the whole world is struggling. So I thought that in a subtle way, as subtle as they could at least, they showed
Yeah.
really the downfall even 5 years later. I like how they showed that,
Mm-hmm.
because that was something that I thought was important, because it's not like, oh yeah, everybody's gone, it's whatever, like
That's
because
what I felt.
sometimes
No, that's what I felt like. That's what I felt like when I watched, Infinity War, and everyone just starts, disappearing. It's like I didn't feel much. Like, am I the only one who feels this in regards to like when people just starts disappearing? It's like, people are disappearing. It's like I'm not. I don't see the characters getting like an emotional, I didn't get much of an emotional connection from the characters in regards to like them seeing their loved ones or the very close ones just disappearing. Like for example, Rocket with Groot when Groot started disappearing, it's like Rocket's like, oh no 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 no. It's like I don't like I didn't feel the emotion and stuff like that. I mean like it's from him just noticing his tree his son in a way, I guess, is just
yeah,
disappearing. It's just like I don't know.
yeah,
But then like when you actually, but again, going back to the Hawkeye thing, it's like wow, yeah, this is definitely a thing. This is yeah, everyone's this is very traumatic and stuff like that. And then like after, but then like after this scene, it cuts to to Iron Man and Nebula like floating in space and stuff like that. And then
mm-hmm.
and then like just seeing Tony just like just all withered and just sending these messages saying like the end is near and
Yeah.
send those messages back to like he was sending it to Pepper, right? Mm-hmm.
I don't think he was sending them out. I think he was just recording them
Just
just to
recording,
record them.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he was sending out any distress. Well, I'm sure they had a distress signal, but that wasn't it. That was just to record, I guess.
Just
And
yeah.
I think that was to help him from going crazy, because sitting in a ship for however how long did they say it was, like 10 days or something like that.
Yeah.
It'd make you go kind of crazy. You got to do something to take your mind off it.
And then
But
Captain Marvel finds them just
yeah, so
floating.
I'm putting out, and they didn't show it, but I'm pretty sure, like, I'm sure they sent out like a distress signal or something. So I don't mind that, how Captain Marvel found him, because it helped make the movie move along. So I was okay with that,
Yeah.
bringing him back so soon. But I did like showing the after effects of, like, Iron Man having like a real problem with them losing and stuff, and like them splitting up and everything. Like, I thought that was a good drama that makes a lot of sense.
Right.
You know, because a lot of movies, I feel, when things happen, things don't bother people when it should bother them.
Right.
So I think that was, again, I think that was a really good direction to go.
Mm-hmm.
um, and the beginning of the movie was a little bit slow, but you got to remember, it makes sense for it to be slow. Like, not everything can be action all the time. It
Oh
really
God,
makes
yeah.
I hate when people are like, oh, it was slow. It's like, it needs to, though. And especially if you're watching, like, Infinity War and then this, like how crazy Infinity War was from beginning to end. You
Yeah,
need to
dude.
have that recover time. Like there's, you know what I mean? It's basically, you know, what do they call it? Like there's like a graph of like the amount of like energy, you know, a movie has, you know, like it
Mm-hmm.
starts off really crazy, but then it dips down for a little bit, but it makes it feel more dramatic when big things do happen. You
It's
know,
an
it's the
after. It's an aftermath. People fail to remember to realize that
yeah.
because like I'll admit I was one of those people when I first saw this movie. Um, when I first saw this movie, and then like I just noticed like, wow, this movie is just dragging and dragging, and like Jesus Christ.
Mhm.
But then when I saw it the second time, it's like, oh, now I understand why.
Yeah, I felt the same way, but I didn't appreciate it until later. But yeah, and but the moment that they started, you know, they got the plan to go back in time and stuff, then it started to really pick up, you know, and I thought that was really well. Like I thought them going back in time was going to be like a majority of the movie, and it was still a good chunk, but it, you know, it wasn't. I thought that would be like literally the whole movie, you know, but it turned out then they all come back after they're done. I'm like, oh wow, they're already back, okay, you know.
Hmm.
But then you get this like, you know, huge epic final scene. But I just thought that was cool,
But yeah,
and you know,
let's talk about like when they go off and visit Thanos. Like the Avengers get together, and then like Thor,
yeah,
and
it was
Black Widow, all of them, and then like you got Captain Marvel joining them, along with Rocket and a couple other people. Then like they go to the planet where they see some activity, and they find um what's his name? They
yeah,
find Thanos
yeah. He's just sitting there making his breakfast,
and
you know,
stuff like
whatever.
that, just chilling at
Yeah.
a cabin and
Hmm.
fire and shit like
And it,
that.
and it was crazy because you would think there was going to be this epic battle, and that's what I liked. It subverted not only my expectations, but the whole crowd's expectations because everyone was just like, "Oh, there's going to be this big epic battle. They're going to find Thanos and blah blah blah." But no, like they find him instantly. They go in there. He has no defenses, no armies, and he's just sitting there
Yeah, he's
and
all
just
like, he's all like, I destroyed the stones and stuff like
yeah,
that,
yeah,
and like, wait, you did what? I destroyed the stones and stuff like that,
yeah,
and then like you wouldn't expect that, and it's like, well, wait, you destroyed the stones, and it's like, well, like, what the hell? What were we supposed to do with that then? It's like, because like
yeah,
we came back with the stones, we came for the stones, and to see if we could try reverting what was lost back to normal, but then like he destroyed the stones
hmm,
for a good countermeasure. And if you look at the side of his face, it's like he he was burnt to death because he suffered greatly because of it,
yeah.
but like
But
mm-hmm.
it was a really cool thing because I remember when I saw that they were destroyed, I was like, wait, what? That was not how I thought the movie was gonna go. Because before I see a movie, I'm always like, all right, it's probably gonna go like this, and that. But this, I was like, what?
I was not
Okay, I
expecting
was
that.
not expecting that whatsoever. And I think the whole crowd thought that too, especially when Thor just cuts his head off. Like everyone, when I saw it in the pre-showing, everyone was like, "What?" Like the whole theater was just like flabbergasted. Like, no, that was what
Can I tell you
the
something?
fuck?
Can I tell you something? When I first saw, when I saw the movie, like I was like I was like in the semi front, and like the theater was like 30 seats, or 30 rows or something like that. So like I
Mhm.
was like in the middle, and then like when Thanos revealed that his stones were gone, it's like you hear like a dude like in the way back be like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, that is how you subvert a crowd's expectation. Like I love that. That more movies need to do that because so many times when I come into the theater and go, "This is gonna happen and that's gonna happen," I'm pretty much right. And
Yeah,
I don't like being right.
it sucks.
So I was literally like after that happened, I'm like, "What's going on now?" So I was actually there for the ride. Like I was really into it,
Mm-hmm. And then
especially when
mm-hmm. Go ahead.
or sorry, I was just gonna say, especially when Thor just straight up killed Thanos. You're like, what?
Like he's like yeah, like yeah, that's I was not expecting that because
Yeah.
like like Thor was like talking to like Nebula or something like that. It's like, I wish I paid more attention to you. And then like out of nowhere, just like Thor just like and just sliced his damn
Yeah.
head off of me, like, and then just rolls off me like, what the hell? What just happened?
Yeah, like literally the whole theater was just like, what?
And then like just. And then like Rockets are like, well, what did you do? And then like
Yeah.
then Thor responds with like, I aim for the head.
Yeah, you're like,
in
"God damn it."
response in
I
response
knew that
to
was coming.
the Infinity War.
But see, I knew that line was gonna come back, but I thought it was gonna come at the very end. Like they're
Same.
fighting and they're like, and then they're like, I went for the head, blah, and I thought that was at the end, but they put it in the beginning.
Yeah, dude.
So I was pretty impressed with that, and that was a good way to start a movie because that really gets you like even if it's slow, you're
Mm-hmm.
invested.
And
You're
then like
definitely invested.
5 years later, you see these people in a you see the Avengers in like a support group type of thing. Some of them are. And then like it just shows like it just looks like it's like an apocalyptic world type of looking type
Yeah,
of place, and then
yeah,
like it's and then like it goes towards then like after that it shows like a the Avengers having like this Star Wars looking type of conversation
the holographic.
with the holograms and stuff like that,
Yeah.
and
And I
then
also
and then
thought
like
it was
mm-hmm.
interesting. Oh, oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying like in regards to like Captain Marvel being like, oh yeah, by the way, I'm super busy, okay, don't bother me, okay, and it's like, but what if we don't freaking bother me, okay, I'll let you know when I'm available.
Yeah,
I
like
mean,
please.
it's like it obviously, it wasn't like that, but it's like that's what I got from her words, basically.
Yeah, yeah. And that's what I wanted to say because Captain Marvel is extremely overpowered. Like, so to have her in this movie would have definitely made the movie a lot less interesting.
Yeah,
Because when you have someone that strong, it's like, well, why didn't they just do this or why didn't they just do that? So I understand why they wrote her out, but at least the way that they wrote her out at least made sense
at this.
because
Mm-hmm.
she is she was a Kree and everything, so it would
Mm-hmm.
make sense that she would care and to go up to other planets and things like that above Earth's. So at the very least, I'm glad with the justification. Like I know why they wrote her out, but they did a good job at doing it. I think, in my opinion.
I agree. I just want to say a quick side thing in regards to like out of all the hairstyles of Black Widow, this one I definitely enjoyed the most because like it's like redhead mixed with blonde. Ooh.
Yeah. Oh
It's like
yeah, she had like the two tone going.
yeah, I'm sorry. I hated the blonde hair look with the last one. I mean, I get it
Yeah.
because she was undercover and stuff like that, but it's like it means either that or they didn't have time to do the hair thing, or maybe she had another movie, but
Yeah.
that's besides the point. But
Yeah. Scarlett Johansson. Yeah.
but no,
She.
yeah, but that's just me being biased because Scar, not Scar, um, Natasha Romanoff is one of my favorite characters, and I read couple of her comics, and it's pretty
Yeah.
effed up, and I've always enjoyed the redhead look, so it's like that's why I didn't like the blonde hair look, but that's
Can we
just
talk
me.
about? Can we talk about the most important part of the scene?
Which one?
The fucking peanut butter sandwich. That was like the most important part. Like that made or break the movie.
Bro, it's like yeah, go explain that. I'm just laughing too much at that. Explain.
just, just there's just the sandwich, and like she's just making a sandwich, and it was just sitting there the whole time. Like whatever, you wouldn't think anything of it, and then just Ant-Man just walks, and he's like, "Is that anyone's sandwich?" So you're like,
I'm
wait,
gonna take that.
like, wait, what? Like I like little situational comedy like that. It's like the little things you're like, oh yeah,
Oh yeah,
I, I
Ant Man. Thanks for reminding me. Oh yeah, okay. So like if you watch Ant Man, and the Wasp, like the second movie, you would see that he was stuck in the quantum realm, because
Mhm.
he was sent off to do something in regards to some experimentation, and then
Mhm.
he couldn't be sent out because the mother, the daughter, and the father was um,
Snatched.
evaporized by was got Thanos. So they're dust. Um, so he was stuck in the quantum realm, and then he managed to get out because a rat did something, and
Yeah.
then he got out, and then he went to go visit his daughter, who was like 8 or 9 years old or something like that at the time when he got stuck there, and he
Now
sees
she's like 14 or
and
something.
she's 14. Yeah, she's like a full grown adult, and I found that very sentimental. I was just very sad that we couldn't expand on that. I mean, I get it. It's not an Ant-Man movie. I understand. I just wish they just touched
Yeah,
up on
because
that a bit.
they definitely showed the relationship a lot in Ant-Man and the Wasp. So yeah, it would be nice because they did have a really good relationship in that movie.
Hmm.
Yeah,
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 because
I will say.
it's the aftermath of Thanos and what he did. So it's like they could have touched up on a few things in regards to that. They could did a scene where it's like I thought the daughter saying something like I thought you were dead, I thought you were gone, or like and stuff like that.
Hmm.
They could have done some touching moment there. Even like it didn't even have to be like 5 or 10 minutes. It could have just been like a quick 2 or 3 minute thing. But
Yeah, but I know they had a lot, and you can tell like when a movie has a lot to do, especially toward the end, they like to rush a little bit. So I get it.
which is
Like I
fair.
understand. No, I completely get what you're saying. But it definitely had a lot it needed to do.
I mean, like
uh,
I would have preferred that than the stupid fucking Hulk scene, which we'll get to that in a minute, but
yeah,
we'll get to that in a
yeah,
minute. But then when I said Ant Man was in the quantum realm, it's like even though in the outside it's been 5 years, but because of him being in the quantum realm, according to him, he was in there for like 5 hours.
yeah.
So it's
'Cause
like that
time is
becoming a
different.
plot of the movie.
Yeah, that's literally the plot point, and that's how
Mm-hmm.
they brought in time travel.
Mm-hmm. Which it's like when
And
you find out about time travel, or when I find out about time travel when it comes to anything, it's like, I shake my head every time because I know somehow they're gonna f up somehow in regards
yeah,
to because.
because there's
Mm-hmm.
so many paradoxes and things like that, and it's so easy to mess up. It really is.
That's
And
one.
also, it's
Mm-hmm.
like it's the ultimate ex machina, like
Yep.
just ultimate. Like if you messed up, oh, we can fix it. It's
Exactly.
basically an easy way to write yourself out of a corner. You know,
Mm-hmm.
but in this one, I think they did it pretty well
They did it
considering.
well to the point where
Yeah.
like the mess ups weren't or the time paradoxes or why couldn't they do this or like, it wasn't as obvious
No,
when you
no,
when
not
you when
nearly.
you watch it the first time, but
Which,
after.
which honestly
Mm-hmm.
surprised me because I thought going into this movie that they were gonna mess it up because I figured it was gonna be time travel. Because how else would they do it? I figured,
Yeah,
but I was like, all right, they're probably gonna mess it up. But I was really honestly surprised with how they did it. I thought for a time travel thing, which normally gets really messed up, they did pretty well.
I agree.
you know because there's two ways to do time travel, well, at least the two main ways is there's ones where there's multiple different times, like timelines you can go in, and when you change something it doesn't affect your timeline but affects that one.
Multiverse.
And, yeah, and that was the one that they were using in this one, but then
Mm-hmm.
there's the other one where you only have one timeline, but when you affect things in the past it affects your future and blah blah blah. But this one was the
Butterfly. Yeah, the
multiverse.
butterfly effect.
Yeah, exactly. So this one was the multiverse one, and they think they did that really well, and they explained it well enough too. With
Mm-hmm.
I like how they explained it with the Great One,
Yeah.
from Doctor Strange. I thought they explained it really well, and she was the perfect one to explain that to. By the way,
Who?
through the Great One,
The great.
you know
Yeah.
the the bald chick.
Yeah,
What
yeah,
I
yeah.
love is when Hulk
Wait.
rolls up.
We're going a bit ahead. Like let's go back to like like I definitely touch up on that, but like let's talk about like like Iron Man in regards to his new life. Like he has a kid, and
Oh yeah,
and it's like that is freaking adorable. You see Iron Man in like this tiny little house. You expect him like in these it seem like these big buildings with all these paparazzis, etc., etc. But then like it's obviously not because it's the end of the world. But like he wants to, he obviously wants to settle down. He's with Pepper. He has a new daughter, and she was flipping adorable and stuff like that. But like, and then like
yeah,
she says, I love you 3000 and stuff like that.
yeah.
I had no idea what the hell that meant, but then like it's one of those things where like when I heard that like literally the first time, it's like that's kind of random, and it's like that's gonna be a meme, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, it's like a sentiment. It's like a sentimental thing.
Yeah. So,
They definitely made that apparent.
but it was good. But it's not like it's a bad one. I enjoy.
No,
It's
no,
actually very adorable. It's a better meme than
no.
some of the crappy ones we've gotten recently.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
I think they did her well, and like they kind of also planted the seed for her maybe following in her father's footsteps too. You know.
that'd be interesting. But yeah,
Yeah.
they talked to Tony in regards to uh, talking to him about time travel and their discovery, and Ant-Man was talking to him about it, and it's like, well, yeah, that is bullshit. So like,
Yeah.
so
Exactly.
so it's like it's one of those things where I knew he was gonna say that in regards to like time travel is it's not possible, and
Yeah.
it's and it's like but then like I just find it hilarious that he says that and he tells them to leave, and then it's
Mhm.
just even though I knew it was gonna happen, it's just the fact
Wait.
that apparently he was working on something in regards to the time traveling, and then like when he was um doing dishes or something like that, something was going,
Well,
and
he saw the picture of Peter Parker, and Peter he saw as like a son.
mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah, and he wanted to. Yeah, okay, yeah. When you bring that up, yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. So
Mhm.
like yeah, people. Yeah, I bet you people are watching thinking it's gonna be BS that I watched this movie 3 times. It's just when you see it the first times, it's like your mind just forgets and just well not
Oh yeah.
forgets, just it just goes throughout one ear and
You
stuff
don't
like that.
you don't notice everything.
Exactly. But like but no, yeah, it's like but yeah, he decides to, start up the project again, and then he goes to the place, and it he goes to the place, and then I discovered it. Discovered time travel, and then boom, everything's set. And then but I believe like after before that, there was like a couple of scenes where like Black Widow goes to Japan or something like that to fight Hawkeye, and Hawkeye is just being badass, the way he is, and he's just, attacking and just assassinating all these people, bro. it,
Yeah.
it's like I wasn't. It's one of those things where, and like when it shows the reveal and stuff like that, it's like it's not. It wasn't obvious that it was Hawkeye because he was using a sword. He wasn't using any bone. He wasn't using any arrows and stuff like that. He was using a sword.
Yeah. Yeah. He was like a Ronin fighting like this Japanese dude.
Yeah, dude. He was fighting. What was it, the mafia or not mafia? Yakuza?
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
mafia.
Yakuza.
That's
Yeah. It
a.
was Yakuza.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, dude. And just slashing people up, and then like the scene with the Hulk where he says like he has like the full power of Hulk and stuff like that, under control and stuff like that. Like some people say they like Professor Hulk, but honestly, I didn't throughout this entire movie. I honestly got
I thought he was really creepy.
that. Yeah, it was both that and also it's just he like okay. It's probably because I've watched the Hulk as a kid, and like I always followed the Hulk smash thing, and it's just It's like
Yeah,
I always love the anger. I love the anger Hulk. I don't like anything else, and it's like just the fact that
but
he's just.
um,
Hmm.
I heard Professor Hulk was like in the comics, and I get it, and I don't know, it just kind of fell flat for me. But I never really liked Hulk as a character anyway. I just always found him boring. Not that he's not a good character, it just not for me,
Yeah,
you know. But you know,
yeah, he's just. I
I
mean,
guess
yeah, yeah. I'm not saying he's my top favorite. I'm just saying like, but I just don't like the version. Like, but yeah, Hulk is just basically just a, someone who just has like very, very, very emphasis bad anger issues and just like smashing the living crap out of a place and just
yeah.
goes up beefy
I,
and strong like Broly and stuff like
but I
that.
guess like the most interesting part about him they took away, and that was like the anger and not being able to hold back. They kind of
Exactly.
took that from him.
Exactly. Yeah, that's that. Like that scene, it's like I actually literally heard on the radio, whereas like since this movie was like a 3 hour movie, it was rumored that there was gonna be intermission and stuff like that, which of course was BS.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
said that they were saying some scenes where like there was like regards to these scenes, these are the best times to use the bathroom, get some refills in your popcorn, stuff like that.
yeah,
And when I saw, and then like one of them was the Hulk scene, and it's like they didn't reveal too much, but it's like when the Hulk first pops up, later on in the middle of the movie, it's like just go do your business.
yeah.
And then
It's
like
really, really messed
and
him
then
up.
I'm all like, wait a minute, seriously? Like what? Like why? Like Hulk is that's just a scene that I can't miss. And then like when I watch the scene, it's all like, oh, okay, now I see why.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
But a movie's gonna have that. There's
hmm
always gonna be parts like that. So.
but let's get to the best part, like one of the best parts of the movie, bro. Freaking,
Oh God,
freaking Thor.
you freaking Chad Thor.
Oh my God, he has a like they go to pick up Thor and he has a freaking beer belly. He's just like just chowing down on like pizza, drinking down beer and shit like that. And it's like,
Yeah.
wait a minute,
Well, actually, that scene they actually introduced the most powerful Marvel villain. I don't know if you caught that.
what's up?
Like they actually introduced the most powerful Marvel villain in that scene.
What's up?
New Master 69.
New Master 60. What?
That was the person who was they were playing against on Fortnite.
Oh. Oh my God.
It's just like if you say one more thing, I'm gonna fly down there, rip off your arms, and put them up your butt.
Oh my God. It's just out of everything. I was not expecting them to see Fortnite and to all those.
Yeah,
And this is what I'm about to say is probably gonna lose the subscribers, but I hate Fortnite. I just don't I don't like the game. It's I think it's garbage.
but people like what they like, and it's popular, so I guess you can give it that.
Yeah, but then
But
again, I'm not. But then again, it's more cared to those who play Minecraft and shooters, and it's like both of those I don't do. So but I guess I just hate it because of the amount of memes and stuff like that. With regards to the dances and stuff like that, it's like it was cute at first, and then it just got annoying. But that's besides the point.
yeah. The whole theater when we first saw it all groaned when they saw it. It was funny.
Yep, the two, 3 times I seen that movie was the exact same response.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I'm just cracking up the fact that Rocket called Thor like Big Lebowski, and I'm all like, God
Yeah.
damn it.
Yeah, yeah, Iron Man is like Lebowski, like God damn it.
Was it Rocket or was it Iron
It
Man?
was Iron Man.
Oh my God,
Yeah,
I'm just doing bad right now.
two for two for 0 for 2.
Yeah, fuck. but yeah, yeah. Then after that is like they start playing to get the the Okay, but before I get into that, it's like you would never expect a god to be that big, but in regards to stuff like that. But I just wanted to say that. But
Yeah.
but yeah, like they start playing to grouping together and get the power stones. Power stones. The infinite. The what was it called? What were they called? Oh my god!
They were
The
they were
Infinity
called
Stones.
the Infinity Gummy Bears.
The Infinity Gummy Bears.
Yeah.
uh, the
The fruit
Infinity
snack.
Gummy Bears.
Yeah.
Yeah, that actually would have been a nice plot twist.
But yeah, they all went off in their own missions in different times to get them.
Which is like, you might as well just call this, the Avengers fan service or some shit like that. That was
Yeah.
just that was just straight up fan service in regards to all
Well, it
these.
was.
And I'm not knocking on it. I enjoyed it. If you know me, I'm a big knack for nostalgia because keep in mind the first Avengers movie that was like what 2011.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's crazy.
Yeah, dude, 9 freaking years ago. 8 years ago, bro.
Yeah, that's crazy to think about. It really is.
We're getting old, bro. It sucks.
But
Um,
yeah, I liked how they brought it up though, because then they could go from each person's missions. Like it could jump to keep it interesting.
mm-hmm. But then, like, here's where it gets kind of tricky with me, with regards to Nebula and saying like when her and God, there's so many characters I'm blanking. Fuck.
Man, you're not doing too good today, are you?
Bro, it's 12. It's 12:30 in the goddamn night, bro. I don't think well. uh, who was it?
You talking about Nebula when she was with what was it? Who the hell was she with? I'm forgetting now.
Yo ass is roasting my ass about this.
Yeah. Yeah, we should have talked about this sooner, I guess. But
Yeah. Yeah, no, yeah. It's like he wasn't. He's not 100% memorable, so it's like it's hard to remember his name. But let's just
no,
go.
it was War Machine.
War
Sorry.
Machine. War
It was
Machine.
War
Yes.
Machine.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
When she was with War Machine, she says something she was saying like we're not the only ones looking for the Infinity Stones and stuff like that. It's like I'm sorry, wait a minute. You tell them this. You tell him this now. You didn't tell the rest of the people when you before you started going to.
Yeah. Actually, related to that, there's something I wanted to say related to her not mentioning things.
Go ahead.
Fucking Vormir, and when Hawkeye and Black Widow went to Vormir to get the Soul Stone,
Yes.
she knew that somebody had to die, but you know what? She didn't say a damn thing.
Like Jesus
she
Christ.
Didn't say a damn thing. That was like, okay, come on.
That's that bull. Are you serious?
That was funny, but it's one of those things. Like it doesn't ruin it, but you're just like, really?
It's exactly. I mean, it's hilarious when you think about it.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's basically what you just said. You don't think about it, but then I actually thought about it when I saw the second movie, and it's like, wait a minute, Nebula, why didn't you tell them this and stuff like that? But it's like, but then there's still some side questions in regards to the Soul Stone prophecy and saying well, you have to get rid of what you love and stuff like that. It's like, does that technically mean a person, or does that technically mean anything? Because it's very vague on what it's asking.
Yeah, what if I want to get rid of, I don't know,
A teddy bear?
Because if I drop my Xbox, I wouldn't be getting the Soul Stone. That's for sure.
No,
yeah. I don't love anything. It's a big ass brick.
Bro, I think the one thing it would definitely be hard to part ways, but you would definitely get the Soul Stone is by tossing your Yang collection from Ruby.
Oh god. Yeah, that's how I'd get it. There you go.
Like for me.
I'm sorry, if it was to save half the universe, I wouldn't give it up.
Like shit. Like, dude. What would if it were to happen to me, bro? It would probably be my guitars, bro. Like I could not,
Yeah.
cause these things, cause these guitars are my babies, bro. It's like I literally name them each and every one of them to give them more meaning.
Yeah.
Like y'all,
Same.
like to those who think though that's weird, it's like, well, you're not a true musician, bro. It's like, in regard, if you like, it's you're not a musician and stuff like that. If you don't understand what I'm going through, in regards to me naming my instruments,
Yeah.
it makes them more personable, and I enjoy them every single day. But that's besides the
So,
point. But yeah, like,
yeah.
it might like. I want to run something by you real quick in regards to them getting the Soul Stones. Like, I mean, I understand why it was both Hawkeye and Black Widow, because like they're brother and sister. But like, wouldn't it made sense for them to do Black Widow and the Hulk and stuff like that, since they had a relationship?
Yeah, you would think that would make sense, I guess.
But then
But then
again,
again,
hmm
they honestly needed the Hulk more than they needed Black Widow to live.
yeah. I
Like,
mean, I'm not saying get rid of. Say what?
just from a writing perspective, you
Yeah,
know. Although she is getting her own solo movie coming
yeah,
up.
but that was but that's before she died
Yeah,
though.
it's a sequel, but still, or sorry, a prequel. But
Prequel,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh wait, yeah. I remember earlier you were talking about the bald woman. Yeah, the chosen. Yeah, go ahead and
Oh, the old one.
the old one. Yeah,
And yeah, I thought it was interesting how she was the one to explain the timeline and stuff like that, because it would make sense because she's used to it. I mean, literally, she's the guardian of the time stone.
right.
But what I found was really funny that I didn't catch the first time I watched it, but the
Mm-hmm.
second time I watched it was normally okay. Imagine somebody going back in time and talking to you, and
Right.
you're the person who they're talking to. They're like, "Oh my god, I'm from the future, and this is crazy. I know this sounds really crazy, and you probably won't believe me, and most people wouldn't believe them and think they're crazy. But the great one's just like, oh yeah, oh hey, what's up?
Yeah.
She's like I just thought it was funny how she's just like aware of everything that's going on.
Just
Like
very
doesn't even
casual.
need to be explained. But like it normally you would see that as like an oversight, but it's like no, she would absolutely understand. That wouldn't be the craziest thing she's heard of, you know.
Right.
But I just thought that it was funny how she was like, "Oh hey, what's up? Yeah, no, you're not taking my stone."
but yeah, like that's what she did bring up the fact that if you don't return the stones, it's like something will happen. Like
Yeah,
like the main villain in there's so many heroes.
Doctor Strange.
And Doctor Strange, yeah,
Yeah, Dormammu.
huh?
Dormammu.
Yeah, Dormammu. Yeah, he would have
Yeah.
if they didn't return the time stone. Not yeah, the time stone.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. If they
yeah.
didn't return the time stone, they would have yeah,
Dormammu.
he would take over, and the world would be in eternal darkness.
Yep,
So,
exactly.
so yeah, I find it interesting that they brought that up. Yeah,
Yeah, because I loved Doctor Strange. I've seen that so many times, so I'm glad they brought that in. And I'm glad that she got some time to shine. And same with Wong. I love Wong.
bro.
Wong is, but but yeah. So I like how they introduced her and how she explained the timeline and everything. Because then that basically confirmed that yes, there is multiple timelines and multiverse.
Right.
I wasn't sure what they were going to go, but it also makes sense of how Captain America can fight himself because
Mm-hmm.
if it was butterfly effect, that you couldn't, and it would fuck everything up.
Exactly.
But yeah, so it was interesting, and I think the multiple um, universes like makes it more interesting and more funny interactions to happen. And interesting and funny and emotional ones.
Agreed.
Like Iron Man meeting it or well seeing his dad.
Yeah.
Like I thought that was really emotional and stuff.
Yeah, dude.
And comedic too. Like one of my favorite scenes was they were setting up the scene from I think it was what was it Winter Soldier, so one of the Captain America movies
Yeah.
where they're in the elevator
Mm-hmm. Yes.
and you're like, oh god, how is this gonna go? Like I thought he was gonna be like, anyone want to step out, but he was just like leans over. He's like, "Hail Hydra!" You're like, "Oh shit!" And
Oh my god.
he just walks out like nothing happened.
That's
Like,
that's mainly an Easter egg for those who watch, Agents of Shield,
yeah,
which I sadly didn't.
I don't watch any of the shows. Unfortunately, it's just not my thing.
Nah, it's fine. The only
But
Marvel.
I loved it because like the guy's face was like, "Wait, since when were you okay?" Like,
Right?
I thought that was great. It was just such a great scene.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, Cap fighting himself was hilarious.
And then and like he was like pinned down from like the other Captain America, and it's like Bucky's still alive, and then the other Captain America's like, wait, what? And then and then just punches him, and then just gets away.
Yeah, and it was great how he used his past, because he knew what his past self would care about.
Exactly.
So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it was great.
Yeah, yeah, that was nice. And then there was but yeah, it was because of them going back to that timeline. It's the reason why they had to go, way back.
Yeah, because they messed up, and Loki got the
Tesseract.
space. Yeah, the Tesseract, which was hilarious because now there's a universe where Loki has the Tesseract.
It's like, oh no, it was a
Which I
bitch.
thought was actually pretty hilarious.
Word. Like, but like them going back in time to get more of that that red stuff.
Yeah, they call them pin particles.
Yeah, pin particles. Yeah, again, like the pin particles, and like it brings up the the biggest question, being like, well, like why didn't they just go back in time, get more pin particles, and then and stuff like that. I mean, like,
yeah. Because you could, if you think about it, they could have indefinitely done that. They could have kept going to different universes and stealing them.
But at the same time, though, I mean, it's like stuff like that. It's like it would definitely be monotonous and boring as fuck just to watch
would be
to watch like a montage of them just like constantly going back in time and like grabbing the stuff.
A movie also wouldn't be engaging if there was no loss, because if they could go back unlimited times, like it would be boring, because if they mess up, they're like, oh, we'll just go back then.
It would sort of be like it would sort of that's why I use this loosely. It's like the Dragon Ball Z effect in regards to them whenever someone dies, it's like oh, who cares? We can literally just revive them with Dragon Balls, and if our Dragon Balls don't work, we got another set of Dragon Balls in this universe and another one in that universe, and so on and so forth.
It just takes the impact out of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing with that, though, it's not that they would have shown them doing that.
Right.
It's just the fact that they could have makes it almost a little less impactful. But honestly, you can't get away from that when you get into time travel. So for what they did the best they could. I think they did probably the best they could have done.
Agreed.
So I don't have a problem with it, but
I don't either.
It's like they could have done that, but it just wouldn't be a very entertaining movie, like you said.
Exactly. It's like I say they could have done that, but do I give a shit? Not really. It's the movie.
Yeah.
They play stuff in the movie very well to the point where like you just don't care. The movie is there and it's entertaining and it's great and they play things very well.
Yes. The only thing I will say though that I did have a problem with was the fact that when Black Widow died, and Thor was just like, wait a second, why are you acting like she's gone? We can just bring her back. Like, and then they're like, no, we can't because it's permanent. It's like, technically they could have. And I wish they would have explored that they could have. Not because that they would, but they could have explained that no, because if we took that Black Widow from that timeline, it could fuck up things in that timeline even more. Like, you know what I mean? It's not that they could have done that or they should have. It's just that
they didn't expand on it.
They should have expanded on it just a tiny bit more, just to make it feel, but it's just a minor thing.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But they could have, because what they were trying to act like was that once somebody dies for the Soul Stone, they're permanently gone in every timeline, which we know is false because Gamora is back. So,
yeah, that's.
they tried to like bring that up, and I'm like, no,
like,
don't try to say that. Like, come on.
Like, here's the thing. I'm dumb as all hell. I barely pay attention to anything because my ADD and stuff like that. Even I noticed that the first time seeing the first time seeing the movie.
Yeah. So
It's
again,
like,
it was a
well, like you
small
can't,
thing.
like Gamora was sacrificed, the first time, and so like so that would technically mean that she couldn't come back. But then like you got Gamora fighting on the sidelines, and
Yeah.
towards the end, I'm all
Now,
like what
what they
the
could
fuck?
have what they could have done, which would make it more believable, is what did you ever see the movie Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse?
Yes, yes, I have.
Yeah, they could have done that where the longer that they're not in their time, they could die, like, because they're not in
Yes,
the timeline. They could have done that, and like, sure, it's bullshit, but it at least explains why she couldn't come back, or why
exactly.
or why she couldn't stay in that time. So that's what they could have done, and they might even be doing that because Gamora at the end disappears,
Right.
so they might even have done so. They might even do something like that in the next Guardians. Who knows? But because that movie was confirmed to be coming out.
It's,
So
yeah, because the guy that was developed it is
yeah, James Gunn.
yeah, he was rehired back because of the fact that he was fired the first time for making pretty fucked up jokes on social media.
Yeah, but I know like a lot of the actors refused to come back if he didn't, because he kind of made, like, regardless of what he does in his personal life, he did make Guardians what it was.
Yeah,
And Guardians is great. Guardians is like one of my favorite movies in all of the MCU. So,
and you wouldn't. And it's one of those things where like you at like when we first start going seeing that movie, and it's like I ask you like what movie are we going to, and you tell me oh yeah we're going to see Guardians of the Galaxy, I'm like the fuck is Guardian of the Galaxy?
yeah,
It's like,
exactly.
and then like
Yeah,
then he's like then you're like well it's hell I have no fucking clue. So a friend of mine just told me just to go check it out, and I thought I'd
yeah,
bring you along.
yep. And I ended up loving it.
We all did, bro. Yeah, we all did, bro. It was like you, me,
Yeah,
and another friend of ours. It was actually, or no,
yeah,
wait, no, it was technically an accomplice, but that's besides the point. It was a great
yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's
What?
go. But yeah, let's but yeah, like I want to touch up on when they went back to go get the particles. It's like I want to get the MVP moment of the movie to like that Stanley's final cameo. It's like
Oh yeah.
he's just like driving in the in this car in the car and stuff like that, and it's like you see him, it's like oh my god, I try my best not to tear up, but oh my god, because he lived, because rest in peace, he's in a good place, but it's like you see that cameo, and keep in mind it's like they recorded this before his passing, which was like probably like
Yeah,
a year or
because
two
he
ago.
knew, and he knew that this is gonna happen too. So, but it's still sad, definitely.
Yeah, dude. It's like Marvel movies just won't be the same without the man who made them.
No, not at all.
Yeah,
But yeah, I did like that little Easter egg there. It was nice.
yeah, dude. Some people thought he was CG, but I don't think.
No, no, he wasn't. He definitely wasn't.
No, it was confirmed. No, it definitely wasn't. It was confirmed by other sources that they already he made a scene in Endgame, so it's like I knew that wasn't CG.
Okay.
But yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, I missed something. In regards to let's talk about Nebula when she was sending messages like her recent self to her past self. Elaborate on that.
Yeah, basically they were saying like Nebula, because she's like partially a cyborg, well, almost fully a cyborg. She has like a server, a database that her memories are put on, and basically she was on the same frequency as the old Nebula, so they were connected. So the what is it? The space, you know, like basically Thanos' right hand man could like access them, and they were basically finding all the memories. So
Right.
that's how the old Thanos like understood what was going on, and I like that they did it that way because that's a very believable way to do it. You know, it might be a little bit of an ass pull, but at the end of the day, I think it made sense.
Yeah.
You know, for what it was, and the old Thanos, in order to make it interesting, needed to know what was going on
Right.
anyway. So I like the way that they did it. So that's how Thanos understood it and made his own plan to basically come back, you know, using pin particles to come back uh also, you know, to the future.
Agreed.
Um, my only issue that I had with that was how did they get enough pin particles to not only bring Thanos but the entire
His entire
fleet?
army, exactly.
Yeah, his entire army. I was like, all right, that I don't get. But the only I heard someone say because you know their space, you know they have advanced technology that they got the pin particles and like replicated it, which they should have explained. I guess I could believe that you know like they replicated it, but it's such a short amount of time. I don't think they would have you
Agreed.
know done it that fast. So we'll just say it was an ass pull. But again, it wasn't enough to like make you care. Like I didn't realize that until afterward. Like
Right.
I didn't care during the movie. It didn't make me go, "Oh, what the hell," you know.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
It
because
was
like,
yeah,
yeah, because like, like before that, it's like they were testing out the stones, and Hulk, Hulk, did the snap, and then like it shows like this very sentimental moment where like Hawkeye gets a call from his wife asking like where are you, and like he was like teary eyed about it, and it's like wow
mm-hmm.
that like wow I am like it makes you feel like wow I am super happy for him because like his family is back. Everything worked, and then like next thing you see like a spaceship just crash
Yeah, just
into
boom.
like boom like you think like wow okay yeah like I wonder who survived because like some of them must have been dead like especially Ant Man
Yes,
because like
yes.
he was like literally like faced first sort of like
Yeah,
when that
it was literally blasted directly.
but then somehow he's still alive. I mean, like, not that I'm upset about that. He
Yeah,
was like a average likable character. It's just
yeah.
how the fuck are you still
And
alive?
people tried to say like, "Oh, well, he turned small just in time," and it's like, yeah, but he would still get hit unless he went subatomic. But I don't think he could do that anymore. You know.
He can't technically
Yeah,
because because the father, you know, I forgot what, but like
can't
the
do it because he could barely go back unless you know he had special equipment. You know.
exactly yeah
Yeah, so, but anyway, so even if he was smaller, he would still get hit by a
yeah
blast. It doesn't matter how big or small you are. And if anything, getting smaller would make it worse. you
yeah because
know.
like the more mass the bigger the
So
mass the yeah
we're just gonna call that an ass pull. But again, it's like whatever. It's a movie. We'll okay. We'll give it that. It's not the worst thing in the world, you know.
yeah and then
But I
like
do think some
go
people
ahead
could have. I do think some people could have died there.
yeah but it's one of those things where like um it would have been it's yeah some people could have died but at the same time though it's like come to think of it because like a lot of the main characters were there it would be kind of hard to write them off like that
Well, not only that, but also it wouldn't have made the final battle as triumphant with everybody.
exactly
So,
like the concept and the logic made no sense in regards to them still being alive but at the same time though it's like it makes sense as to why they're still alive
yeah,
that technically doesn't make any sense but there's you
I
get what I
will
mean.
say though that I loved the like when everybody came back through the portals. Like that was such a
Bro, oh my
that was
god.
like such a cool way to do it, and literally the whole theater was cheering like crazy. When
Bro,
all of a sudden you just
you
hear it
should
on your left.
like bro, you should have seen my father, bro. Like me, don't get me wrong. I was fanboying, eternally being like, "Ooh, yeah. Oh my god, they're all coming back, bro. This is sick, bro." And then like
Yeah.
but no, I see my father like on the right of me, just like he's just jiggling, moving, just like just clapping and be like, oh, he's just moving all over the place and be like, oh my god, yeah, and he's like,
Yes.
and my mother just looking at me and asking me like, is your father crazy? is your father crazy? Is he on that? I mean, like, I don't, I wouldn't even know how to respond to that. But it's one of those things where hey, it was a very epic moment, bro. Like, and yeah, a lot of people were like cheering when they were when everyone just starts showing up. You see like Hawkeye. You see like, bro. I saw just when I saw just Black Panther just being like, "E Bombay, E Bombay."
Yeah, everyone was like, "Oh shit!" And then Spidey coming through, and then I got the most excited when Star-Lord came and the rest of the Guardians, because
bro,
I was like, yes,
freaking yes, Drax, I missed you, my boy.
Yes, it was like Star-Lord's my dude, but it was pretty great, and Doctor Strange with all the portals, it was pretty great.
It was sick, bro. But like, I mean, obviously the moment where you see Captain America using a Mjolnir, bro, or AKA Thor's hammer.
That everyone was like, "Fuck yeah!" Like the whole theater also cheered and freaked out when he got
bro. Cause if you see in the like in the second movie or the Avengers movie, I think it was Ultron, like where like everyone's like trying to lift Thor's hammer, and it's like, and like you see Captain America is walking up to it, and it's like he lifts up just like you see it move just a tiny bit, but it just shows like I can't lift it, and it's like Thor just like looks over to him, being like just looks kind of surprised a bit, but. But like then like you see in this movie, Bill, like, I knew it.
not only can he hold it, but he can like summon lightning and stuff.
Like holding it is one thing, but I was not expecting him to use freaking lightning.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah, dude. But I will definitely admit though, seeing Thor doing like the double axe and Mjolnir thing was actually pretty cool too.
Yeah, that was, even with his dad bod, it was still awesome.
Yeah, dude. But there's another thing. But here's something that kind of confused me though in regards to like, or confused other people in regards to, what's her name? Nebula, when she kills the past Nebula, some people are asking like, wait a minute, if she just killed her, wouldn't that technically mean Nebula would have been disappearing when she disappeared?
But no,
it's like,
it's multi universe, so it wouldn't.
people forget about that. I just wanted to bring that up.
Well, I just hate it because I kept having to explain to people like the difference, because I don't think people understand the difference between the two types of time travel.
Right.
And even like my girlfriend, I had to explain it to her, and she just did not understand it whatsoever, even after explaining it for an hour. So I'm just like, the main thing you need to know is, one, each reality is completely separate, so anything you do in that will not affect you. The other, everything will affect you. That's all you need to know.
As confusing, I mean, like it can make it feel, but at the same time, it can't be explained simply. It's like you have your own universe, and you can't be, when there's multiple universes, there's multiple yous, so it's like there's no butterfly effect.
Yes, exactly. But anyway.
But yeah,
that explained.
Oh, dude, explain. Tell the people in regards to like that old lady that you said that was like you were talking about like an old lady or something like that that was in the theater.
Yeah, there's this old lady next to me in the third time I watched it, and she wasn't with her family. She was just by herself, completely next to me. and she was more into it than anyone I ever saw. Like in all three times watching it, like she was like she got every single like joke. She was on it, like every single part. She's like, yes, fuck yeah! Like she was so into it, and I loved it. But she was there by herself, and I felt bad. I was like, man, where's your family? You know,
Bro,
but she was that into it. You know,
I would have given that woman a hug, bro. I wouldn't care
yeah,
if I get pepper sprayed, bro.
yeah,
That is just respect. That's respect,
yeah,
man. Because like, how often do you see someone like in their 60s and they actually enjoy stuff like that, man? Because like,
yeah,
because like, you get like these old time like perfect example like my like my stepfather yeah he enjoys movies. It's just that, but there are just times like he's like huge in the comics
yeah.
way back in the day he read them when he was like 8 or something years old, and I think he's in his 50s right now, and like there are times where he just nitpicks sometimes, which is fine. I understand that. It's just
Yeah.
it's like you don't it's rare when you come across people who just as charismatic as that woman you just said that you came across
Yes.
in that movie. And it's like, and like you said, she was all alone. It's like, what?
Yeah. Exactly. It was pretty great.
That was that's interesting. And then let's talk about actually no, yeah, let's talk about the woman, like the woman scene.
Oh yeah, when it had all the girls in one scene.
Yeah, like you got like Michonne, or the actress who played Michonne in The Walking Dead, and then like you have like then you have like Gamora, Captain Marvel. I need to say something about Captain Marvel real quick, but in a second. But like then like yeah, like all these characters, and it's like I find it hilarious that they put Mantis in like that same, because like yeah,
She's
she
kind
was
of
there. It's like oh wow, Mantis is there. Is she gonna do something? And then like you go throughout the entire scene, and it's like wow, Mantis didn't do jack shit. And I saw this like the first. No, this is me the first time. It's like wow, is Mantis gonna do something? It's like wow, she didn't do anything. It's like she didn't, like maybe she got some new abilities and stuff like that,
nope.
because because like because like man, because but it's like you didn't see anything. Don't get me wrong, that's just the tiny thing, but like but it's whatever.
Hmm.
I always like looking at the the underdog characters, the stuff that the people that the characters that you expect, that it's like
Yeah,
they don't do
I agree.
much, they don't have much abilities, not the main character, etc. etc.
I agree.
But yeah, let's talk about the fact that Captain Marvel shows up, and I mean like I her her moment was nice. It was okay, but it's one of those things where like I just don't like the I just never got into the character in regards to these movies, because like in regards to Captain, am I the only one who felt like Captain Marvel is just dull as all hell in regards to
Yeah,
her movie, and then like this movie and stuff like this.
yeah. I think the best part of her movie was Samuel L. Jackson, honestly.
That was
Yeah,
basically it.
yeah. But like her as a character is pretty bland, and like she's kind of like the Superman of this one. She's
Basically,
just
yeah.
really super OP, and like, and it was a cool moment, but it just, I don't know. I just didn't connect to her the same way. Um, I don't know. Just overall, like I liked her movie because again, Samuel L. Jackson. But
Yeah.
now when you don't have him, and you're just like, oh, well, okay,
If
like,
there wasn't, if Samuel Jackson wasn't in there, because keep in mind he paired up with her throughout the entirety of her movie,
yeah,
and
exactly.
it wouldn't be as interesting. I'm sorry, it wouldn't have.
But he was also dead anyway. So
Yeah, exactly. But
yeah,
in regards to but then it was like Captain Marvel versus Thanos, and it's like yeah, Thanos. I find it hilarious that she's technically stronger than Thanos, but
yeah. Even though he was
but
when he
Thanos
was
is like,
on
but
Titan.
like even without like any stones, Thanos was whipping her ass. Like if he had the power stone, then I can see as to why I can see him being a stronger match. Like yeah, Thanos is strong. Don't get me wrong. I just don't think he's that strong to be on par with Mrs. Marvel with no stones.
Well, that was the thing. Like he tried headbutting her, and it actually didn't affect her at all. You know.
which I found that pretty hilarious.
Yeah, and then he used the Power Stone, and then he did get a good hit on her.
Oh yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. Mm.
And then like what was another one? Let me see. Um, and then like you see like Scarlet Witch, you know, approaching and be like, "You ruined my life," and then like you got Thanos being like, "I don't even know who the fuck you are, bitch," and
Yeah.
some shit like
Yeah.
that. And it's like,
Yeah.
and it's like, and that was my other problem is this isn't the Thanos that they faced, all throughout the years. It's like
Oh no.
it's just a. I mean, like, granted, yeah, Thanos. Yeah, this is a Thanos that just from the past. Like, yeah, he caught up on what he caught up on what everything's going on. He may know some things about some of these characters, but there was, I mean, like, I just wish that I feel like the battle would have been better if Thanos knew their abilities and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah. It would be more interesting.
Yeah, but that's just me. And
Yeah.
that but then like
Just, it's
some
just
but yeah, let's then like you but yeah, they're the key thing that they were trying to do is get the gauntlet into the quantum realm, so it'd be hard for them to for Thanos or anyone to get the gauntlet. Um,
they needed to bring the stones back to the times.
exactly. So like and then like you got Iron Man asking uh, Doctor Strange, being like, yeah, you said there's like one outcome. Like you ask him what it is, and Doctor Strange was being like if I tell you, it won't happen. And it's one of those things where like some people will be upset about that, but it's like it makes sense because if you spoil it, it would. It's like
Yeah.
like like it won't come true because you'll probably do what you can to prevent if it's actually a bad outcome because like if Iron Man found out in regards to him you know oh shit I'm still getting teary eyed already from this but like but in regards to what Iron Man did towards the end
Mm.
of the fight, it's like he probably would have be very very hesitant, but
He knew what he had to do.
exactly. But yeah, let's just be since I pretty much already mentioned it, let's just skip towards the end, where's like Iron Man and his found mama were like because like Captain Marvel tried grabbing the stones and like but she got caught by Thanos and Thanos knocked her out. Then and then Thanos got the Power Stones, and then like Thanos is like I am inevitable, and then he's about to and as he's about to snap his fingers, like Iron Man flies out, grabs his arm, and then just grabs what's left of the stones out of his gauntlet.
Yep.
I mean, okay, technically he said, okay, wait a minute. He says I'm inevitable after he says,
Yeah. Yeah. It's after, but it's still.
and then
The point is, he took the
and then
stone.
Iron, yeah, and then Iron Man. Then after he says I am inevitable, and then he notices that the stones are gone. Iron Man, connects all the stones to his Iron Man glove, which I'm still confused to this day. Is like, did he have all
that
those sockets?
there's a bigger problem with that. I won't get into it, but there's a bigger problem with that.
Yeah, I was confused about that too, but it's like, but then like there's a part where like, I am Iron Man. He snaps and it's like I cheered. I like it's that stereotype where like black people are like loud as all hell in theaters. It's like well I
Yeah.
pretty much when I first saw that moment it's like yep I pretty much proved that stereotype because oh my god that was a perfect moment dude.
Yeah, it was.
like Jesus Christ. But it's like I didn't throw people up because like there was a lot of people that were like cheering at that too, and it's like, dude, I got chills down my spine when I first
Yeah,
heard that. But yeah,
yeah.
guys, I actually got actually got a fun fact for you actually, in regards to that line, because Robert Downey Jr. thought it was dumb. He didn't. He was actually talking to the directors to get him out of not saying the line. He thought it was cheesy, and it's like it won't caught on. It won't catch on at all. But then like it took his friend like to convince him, saying like, bro, what are you doing? That line's gonna be epic. That is gonna be very very memorable. And it's like it took like an hour or so convincing Robert Downey Jr. to do it, and then like he's like, you know what, fine, I'll do it. And then like after a few reshoots, they recorded him doing it, and then boom, they it was, and I'm just super happy. His friend talked him into it, because that scene was just magical, man.
Yeah, yeah, it was.
But cause like now you see all these like when he snaps, Shockwave, shoots out, and then you see all these enemy, all the like the army just being reduced to dust, like same thing that happened in Infinity War, and then next thing
Yeah, but it was like right back at you.
right back actually, yeah, exactly, and then like you see just Thanos. It's like, is it gonna happen to him? Like it just shows him just just kneeling there on the ground. It's like, is it gonna happen? Is it gonna happen? And then like then you see like parts of his face just starts, drifting, and being like, oh my god, it happened.
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah,
then and then like you get the sad part of the movie where it's like you see Iron Man just sitting there, and it's like his entire face is just burnt off. His suit was like burnt to a crisp, and it's like you see like Peter running up to him, checking on him, see if he's okay, and then like it's like he was asking if he was alright, and he just wasn't responding. And then you see Pepper, he was in a Iron Man suit, saying like we're okay, and like you can rest now, Tony. We're okay. And then it's like obviously her talking about herself and their daughter, and it's like, and then like 5-10 seconds later, you see Tony's chest piece just dim out, just cut out, and it's like, oh no, oh, you can't be serious, no. And then there's the funeral and stuff like that, and then like you see like all the heroes there, and it's and like and then like you see like the like his chest piece like just drifting off in the water, and it says that even Iron Man has a heart, and it's like, bro, I don't. It takes a lot for me to get emotional, to tear up, to anything, to the point where like you might as well just call me a robot. But it's like, bro, I teared the f up to the point where like tears was literally coming out of my eyes. Like, what about you, bro?
yeah. Yeah, it was a pretty powerful moment. I think like seeing everybody there too
Yeah, dude.
definitely got me. And I think the moment that also got me hard was when Happy was talking to uh, you know, his daughter,
Mm-hmm.
saying like, get you all the hamburgers you want. You're like, oh fuck.
Like
Yeah,
like oh my god, just stop! I can't take it.
yeah. It was pretty tough. Yeah, for sure.
It's embarrassing just crying like this, especially in front of your mother, bro. Because like I see my mother just like looking at me, just like rubbing my shoulder, being like, "Are
Yeah,
you okay?" And me like, "Mom, not now."
I'm not okay.
Like I can't, I can't. And it's
Yeah,
and then like that was, it's like, because like you found it because you know that this was Robert Downey Jr.'s last movie, but you weren't expecting that.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I wasn't expecting it. Nobody was expecting it. And I feel bad for the people who got spoiled the living shit out
Yeah,
of it.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I luckily did not.
I luckily didn't either. Yeah, I told my that's why I begged my folks to we gotta see this the opening day, opening night, because you got those dumbass fools who are gonna spoil the living crap out of it.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then like towards the end of the movie, you have Captain America returning all the stones, and I mean here's another issue. It's like I wish it's like I mean, like it's a powerful scene. It's like I get it, but I just think that it could have done better in regards to, you know, he uses the time travel machine, and then like they say like, well, like why isn't he returning? And then like you see him just sitting over on a bench, like all old and stuff like that, and then um, saying that he settled down, and like which is nice, because he 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 returned everything and he wanted to settle down with the woman that he could that he left behind because he was frozen in stasis. But my issue is the fact that he was sitting there, and it's like I feel like it would have made more sense if he actually came back,
Yeah,
came
well,
back on the
they
machine
tried,
and stuff like that, and
they
then came
tried to
back in the
play it
machine.
off.
Go ahead.
They tried to play it off like he was in the same timeline, so he just lived his life and then just appeared on there, and then just walked up to the bench and waited for them. But that's not possible because
Yeah,
it's not the butterfly effect. It's the multiple universes, so he would have been in that universe. So
exactly.
maybe what I think they should have done to make the scene more powerful was after he left, they found a note or something explaining like why he didn't want to come back, and them reading it. And while they're reading it, you see the scene where he's dancing with Peggy, and it's super slow and sad. Like, that would have been more powerful.
In regards to in regards to that scene, like it could have just in regards to that note, it could have been like placed on his shield or something like that,
Yeah,
and
it's on the shield, and then it's like, this is yours, for Falcon. You know,
mm-hmm.
that would have been much more powerful and made sense. It wouldn't have contradicted the time travel. You know.
Yeah, because it's like I said, I don't think about stuff when I first watch a movie the first time, but then it's like that moment, even though it was technically supposed to be a powerful scene because it's Cap, and it's obviously showing that he's obviously done with the role, but it's like I didn't feel anything because I was thinking like, wait, how the fuck did you get there when you literally
Yeah,
went back in time?
yeah, yeah, exactly. It took away from the scene for me. It was a good way to end it, but they just did it wrong.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, but at the same time though, it was good for the fact that you see him just dancing with them.
Yeah, that was a great way to end it.
Agreed. But yeah, I I would have to say this movie is definitely probably one of the best movies to end a series, bro. It's like cause you hear that they're gonna be making more movies. It's like, bro, y'all probably shouldn't because there's no way that you're gonna make any movies that's gonna be better than this. It's not gonna be the same feel or anything.
You need to know when to stop.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like, keep in mind, yeah, this is a movie that's ending a series of movies that, played over 12 years. 12 years! Jesus. Yeah, it's like, and it ended so well. I definitely gotta say something though. It definitely did not need to be 3 hours though for the amount of unneeded filler that was in it.
Yeah, they could have got rid of a lot of filler. I'll admit.
Maybe they. I mean, they could have just made some of those scenes as deleted scenes because they do that a lot. But like, I don't think it needed to
Yeah,
be 2.5 hours.
yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I guess we have to name off our favorite scene and our least favorite. Well,
Mm,
obviously, I already told you my least favorite. It was the Hulk scene because, one, because I was never a fan of Professor Hulk, and two, that scene was just drawn out like a mother effer. I mean, like, I'll admit the funny part was like with the whole, the kids being like, can I get a a picture of the Hulk and stuff like that. Then like then Ant-Man's all like, hey, well, hey, y'all remember me? And it's like kids don't give like who the hell are you?
yeah,
Like you're not even wearing your suit, so like obviously they're not gonna know who the hell you are, even.
yeah, because they
But
only knew him from in Civil War.
exactly. But
Yeah.
yeah, but other than that, that was just my least scene, and like, obviously my favorite scene is it's like I can't. It's what I have to say. We probably shouldn't pick the fact when all the Avengers show up because that's everybody's favorite scene.
Yeah,
So
right.
like maybe we shouldn't pick that for our favorites. So I guess my favorite scene, or even the Iron Man one, because that was a powerful scene. So I have to say my favorite scene is just mainly just Tony meeting his father. For the first time. It's like when you hear these two converse, it's like, yep, that is definitely his father. And
Hmm.
especially like towards the end, like when Tony just like hugs his father at the end, and he just gives him like a weird expression, being like, "What the fuck are you doing, bro?"
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
like, and Tony just ends with like, "Thank you for your service."
Mhm. Yeah,
Good.
that was great.
I'm all like, good save, bro.
Yeah,
Good
that was
save.
great. I did like that too. That was really great.
What was your favorite and what was your least favorite?
So my least favorite, um, I'm gonna have to go with the end sequence with Cap, only because not because it's a bad idea, but just like we explained before, it just ruined everything that they brought up. Because
Mm-hmm.
literally, they said in the movie, your past cannot affect your future, and your future cannot affect your past to affect your future. They literally said that, but then they fucked that up by having him there.
Yes.
And you could say like, oh, well, he got a time machine of his own and then came back. It's like they should have said that.
Yeah.
you know but so anyway, that was my least favorite, only because it just ruined the immersion for me, because I was really into it at that time. it
Mm-hmm.
just kind of it just kind of ruined it for me, like not ruin the movie but ruin the moment.
Agreed.
Mm. Also, by the way, related to that, I think that the shield going to Falcon doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I think that too. Like some people think it would have went well with Bucky, but probably. I mean, like I don't know because like there was that scene where like he was using a shield and also gun. So it's like I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know who would have been a better suit for that shield. I don't know. Like, what's your reasoning for not liking it?
uh well, the main thing was, what was the last thing you heard? I just want to make sure.
Shit. There's a bit of lagging here. Shit.
What was the last thing you heard?
What do you mean?
Because it cut out. What was the last thing you heard me say?
Oh, what I heard you say is like why did Bucky? Oh wait, not Bucky. Why didn't you? You said you didn't like the fact that Falcon got the shield,
Yeah, because
which I definitely agree with you.
like in the comics it makes sense, right? But in the MCU, Falcon has literally done nothing. He's been in such little amount of movies and is just in the background. While Bucky actually builds a relationship. He was the one reason why Captain America wanted to keep living in the
Yes.
first place, and they were brothers and they were like fighting together, but then it just goes to Falcon. Like, what? Why? Like, no. So that was my least favorite. But
I
my
can agree with
favorite
that.
scene, my favorite scene, um, And I know it's cliche, but I loved when Mjolnir went to Cap because that was just like a oh fuck, and it
Yep.
definitely caught everyone off guard because the way they shot it in a sneaky way to make it look like it was Thor.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
very well. That was very well directed.
yeah. So that that was probably my favorite.
Yeah, I just love the cinematography of this movie, bro. It's genius.
Yeah, it was great.
Mm. I oh yeah, so yeah, we have to give our rating for this movie. So, um, I guess like what I'll do is like I'll give this movie 9 Thanos heads out of 10. What about you?
um, let's see. That's a so you said 9 Thanos heads.
Yep. I mean, I could say 9, Infinity Stones, but there's 7, so that technically wouldn't work.
Yeah, yeah. Um, well, I will have to say then I would give it 9 bitch Captain Marvel bitch slaps out of 10.
Captain Captain Marvel bitch slaps that.
When Thanos just
Oh my god. Wait, was there a moment when she bitch slapped? Wait, what happened?
no, when Thanos bitch slapped her.
Oh, you mean Thanos bitch slaps, gotcha.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I
So
gotcha.
technically, you could say Marvel, as in she was the not the recipient. Yeah,
Oh my god. I guess we go with that one. But
yeah.
yeah, this one was definitely a bit of a stretch. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. And like, if you have anything that you want to suggest, put in the comments below. As always, we thank you for your support. As always, anything you want to say there, pretty boy?
Thanks for the long haul. It was a really long one. If you're still listening, God help your soul.
God help your soul. Yeah, that's definitely a good way. Uh, but yeah, as always, thanks for watching. This is Retrograde 64 signing out. Peace.
Bitch.
That sucked.